Right then, hello YouTube land. Welcome to the Punk Baby official YouTube channel. Today we're going to do this video a little different to the videos that I usually make. Normally I write music, I record music and make a video and stay the hell out of the videos and songs and all that kind of stuff. Well, today I decided to bring myself at the front. We're going to do a little challenge. So a good friend of mine, Mike, contacted me to say, let's try and do something a little different on lockdown than we normally do. So we decided to do classic rock album reviews. First one we decided was going to be Queen, A Night at the Opera. One of his favourite albums of all time, certainly one of mine. And also we have a friend of ours called Chris, who we've both known for such a long time, Chris Prescott. Also, he's one of the biggest Queen fans known to mankind, so we thought together we will do a review of A Night at the Opera, pull it apart, talk about it, nice things about it, bad things about it, whatever. So we decided that'd be a great thing to do, and we did. We released it and it was fantastic. At the end of the call, we decided, you know, it might be a great idea if we kind of covered this. And we thought, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then we didn't. Till Chris got in touch with us on Christmas Day with a challenge. He'd already done the parts. He played the guitar parts, he played the bass parts. Put them together in his studio and fired the files over to me and fired the files over to Mike and said, if you're interested, let's pull this off. So, not want to shy away from a challenge, I figured, let's do this. We have Mike from Black Zeppelin, absolutely one of the greatest guitarists you've ever seen. And Chris also is one of the fantastic creative songwriters I've ever seen. Some of his early work that I've seen with his bands have been absolutely superb. So between us all, we have the right ingredients to pull this off. Let's see if we can. So without further ado, show you around my studio, the equipment that we use, the way we use it, the way we record it. Just briefly, not to bore you with all the technical details, but I find it very interesting. I'm sure you will too. So here we've got our drum kit. So you can see we've got two microphones at the top there, one left, one right. Obviously they're called overheads. You can see two overheads at the top there. You can also see microphones on the toms. Actually, let's just put that one down a little bit more, that's much better. You can see microphones on the toms. Also you can see a microphone there on the bass drum, or the kick drum, whatever you want to call it. And also, we've got our famous SM57 there on the snare drum. Workhorse of a microphone. That one. So, these cymbals. Obviously, I don't really like expensive cymbals because they sound beautiful. And I don't want to make a beautiful noise, I want to make a noise. Trash punk noise. So we got pasty cymbals, as they say in Switzerland, where they're from. It's cheap ones, but they do the job for me. This is Pasty Alpha. 17-inch crash. This is my ride cymbal. It's a Zildjian Scimitar. It's 26 years old from an old Zildjian pack. So, this is basically a drum kit. Just minimum amount of muting there with dampening. Minimum amount of dampening there with the moon gel. Some has moon gel on, some doesn't have moon gel on because I like a little tiny bit of ring. Snare drums. Okay. So that's kind of the setup really. Nothing too major. It's a Yamaha Tour Custom. I've had this for about 10 years. So here's the central hub of Punk Baby Productions. This is where it all starts. This is where the madness begins. So, first off, just to show you what we use, we've got this right there. Is our Tascam audio interface. That is what helps us get everything that we need in the physical world into a computer. So as you can see, we've got all the inputs there, snare drum, bass drum, all the mics that we need for our session today are plugged in right there with all the levels that we need. And these buttons there. So that has got all our microphones plugged into it. This is the software that we use. This is called Reaper. This is something of a industry standard at the moment. So you can see all the channels that we've got there. So here you can see each channel has its own designated instrument: front, back kicks, snare drum, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, floor tom, overheads, and also we've got one down here which is the track itself. So this will get played quite loud in headphones, and I will play along to that whilst it's recording every single one of the individual drum microphones right there into this software. We'll hear that through a set of M-Audio speakers, some studio monitors right here for me to use. These are Sony Professionals, industry standard studio stuff really. Crappy computer. So everything's pretty much set up here. If we ever needed to use anything external here, we've got ourselves a little desk, but we don't worry too much about that. That's my part recorded, my part done. I hope it was good enough. I'm going to send this back to Chris, and next I think Mike's going to put his parts together, send them back to Chris, we'll mix it up, see what happens. So now, over to you Chris, thank you very much. Peace out. That's all you ever hear. La 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 la, there's nothing left to fear. La-di-da-di-da, that's